The Subaru WRX was first introduced back in 1992, and it could be ordered in either a wagon or a sedan trim. The STI, the performance-oriented version of the WRX, was presented 2 years later in 1994, and it competed in the World Rally Championship. Its background in rally racing has really influenced the design of every STI since then. The WRX was first sold in the US a short while later, which, after several more rally wins and updates, brings us here to the 2018 Subaru WRX STI. Behind that enormous hood scoop is a 2.5-liter turbocharged Boxer 4 engine, which produces 305 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. And mated with the 6-speed manual transmission, which is the only transmission option for the STI, it makes a combined 19 mpg. So pretty fair performance specs. And something also good to note about the WRX is that it has all-wheel drive. It has a driver-controlled center differential, and what that is it helps the all-wheel drive system to decide how much torque to send to the front wheels and to the rear wheels. So there's 4 different modes. There's 3 automatic modes, and there's a manual mode, which actually allows the driver to select how much torque he or she wants to send to which set of wheels. So you can say maybe 60% in the rear and 40% in the front, or vary that up based on the conditions and, how you want to be driving your car. And in addition to the all-wheel drive system, it also has inverted-strut-type front suspension, double wishbone rear suspension, electric power-assisted steering, a 36-foot turning circle, active torque vectoring, and some really fluorescent lime green Brembo brakes. So that makes it a really nice handling car, good for off-road situations such as rallying. Moving on to the exterior, the WRX has been updated for 2018 with a bigger front grille. Of course, it still has that huge hood scoop up front that's really reminiscent of classic WRX. It's also got LED steering responsive headlights, a huge WRX STI spoiler, a small-ish rear diffuser, as well as quad stainless steel exhaust outlets, which you can actually get a performance exhaust for this car, but even without it, it still sounds pretty great. Now on the inside of the WRX, there's actually not a lot to see. It's a really simple, clean design with not too many electronics. It's all very mechanical. So you've got an old school gauge cluster with actual real dials instead of just, an LCD screen. You've got a leather wrapped flat bottom steering wheel, a leather wrapped gear selector, optional Recaro performance seats. Overall, it's a pretty nice interior. I like the design. The one thing I don't like though about the interior is that all the materials seem a little cheap to me. So like the center console here especially, there's a lot of movement in the cheap plastic. It just doesn't feel like it's put together very well. But that's a minor note. Other than that, it's a pretty nice interior. One of the few buttons in the WRX is this one right here on the center console. It is the Subaru SI drive toggle, and that controls the different driving modes. So it controls the engine control unit ECU for different driving experiences. And right beneath that is the center differential control, which I mentioned in the suspension and handling portion of this video. So yeah, the WRX STI is a pretty great car with some pretty awesome features, but it's really its background and history of rally racing and all those championships that it won that really make it such a special car. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys. So make sure to like this video and comment below, as well as go ahead and check out my channel because I've got tons of exotic supercar and hypercar reviews up. So remember to subscribe.